What's the deal with Sandland? I mean, where did it come from? Where is it going? And where did it come from? Cotton Eye Joe! Shabam! How can you have land without any sand? Of course, everywhere's sand land. Shabam! Giddy up! I mean, how can you have any sand if you don't eat your meat? Giddy up! Shabam! I mean, Ovaltine! Baka! Ooh, ooh. Hey! Manga Tuesday! Aloha! I am the notorious DRC. Welcome back to Manga Tuesday, episode 141, and today we will be rabbling about Sandland. It's created by Akira Toriyama, who you might know, who you definitely would know from his most famous work, Dr. Slump. But he also created this manga, Sandland. But recently you might have seen Sandland popping up all over the place in different places. And I'm here to ask, why? Announced a while back and now about to finally come out very soon is a Sandland anime. There is getting an anime adaptation for Sandland. I don't think it's a series. I think it's just going to be an anime movie. Why all of a sudden now they've decided to do an anime of Sandland, I don't know. This manga came out, I think, in Japan like back in like 2000, and even the English translation, is that right? Apparently 2003 it was first published in English. This is a second printing from 2008, so it's been around for ages. And it's not some like critically acclaimed cult classic that people have been clamoring to get some sort of anime adaptation for. No, it's not bad. I've read the manga. I do enjoy it, but it's nothing that special. It's, it's okay. But so what? There's a million... Well, it's not a million, but there's a bunch of shitty animes made every day. So, who gives a fuck if Sandland gets an anime adaptation? Okay, that's fine. But, also, before the movies even come out, I was perusing some websites and I just happened to come across, they've already got merchandise. They've got figurines already available for pre-order. Not singular figurine. No, they've got multiple. Why are we got figurines already available for pre-order for an anime that hasn't even come out yet? But then, just recently, the craziest thing happened, which was really just left me mind-boggled. There was another thing announced for Sandland. A video game has been announced to be coming out. A video game spin-off for an anime movie that hasn't even come out yet, for a manga that's existed for over 20 years and no one gave a fuck about for those 20 years. And now all of a sudden there's an anime on the way, there's figurines coming out on the way, there's a video game already announced on the way. What the hell is going on here? First of all, what the fuck is the video game going to be? It's not exactly, if you've read the manga, it's not exactly like, oh yeah, we can make a video game out of that. Is it going to be like a visual novel? What exactly is the gameplay going to be? But they are really just going all out with the figurines, the video game tie-ins. They're really promoting this thing hard, and I just don't get it. It's like they want it to succeed or something. But why now? Why just like they've had years to do something with Sandland and no one cared about the manga, and now, I think I already said this, I'm sort of just repeating myself. I'm just going to stop, let's cut that out. Haven't I made my point? I don't really have much of a point beyond this, so... But what if the anime flops? What if no one gives a shit about it? They're putting all this money in... Like, what? Who fucking announces a video game for an anime movie that hasn't even come out yet? What's going on? Now, this would usually be the part where I would tell you what the deal is, but I don't know what the deal is. This is actually more of a cry for help. I want you to help me. I want you to explain this to me. What the fuck is going on? Why this big push? This big Sandland push all of a sudden, out of nowhere, what's the deal? What's the purpose behind it? What's the thinking going on here? Based off the trailers, it seems like the anime is going to have a lot of the CG shit that we should all come to. I'm not even going to get into that. That's a whole nother episode on its own. Let's not even go into it. But the fact that that has become just an accepted standard that no one even, if you say like, oh, really? Was that CG crap? People en masse will flock to you and be like, oh, well, we're still going on about this. I'm not gonna get into it, but it's a disgrace that you people have just bent over and spread your cheeks apart and said, put a computer-generated cock straight up there. Thank you, sir. May I please have another? But I don't want to get into it like the dicks of the big CGI companies are getting into side of you because you accept it and allow it. But I'm not going to get into it now because this is about Sandland. What's the deal with it? Who is behind this conspiracy? I think if you connect the dots, it's actually pretty clear. Sandland. What is the land of sand? Saudi Arabia? Do I even need to say more? Do I need to connect the dots for you? Don't you know Saudi is on their goodwill campaign trying to propagandize the public and convince people of their goodness and yeah. One of the main characters is a devil, Beelzebub, but he's actually not so bad. So it's almost like devils are funding this, trying to convince you that they're not so... What are we even... And in the manga, the people, there's a bit of a drought going on. The government is controlling the water supply and hoarding it for themselves, and the people, they need the water. So it's clear that this manga and now all these animes and games are being pushed. It's propaganda by big water. It's propaganda by literal demonic entities that want to convince you that demons are actually okay people. It's propaganda by people that support CG animated anime. And there's a video game, that's just all a big distraction. It's all a very deliberately marketed ploy to trick you by big CG. There's this old guy in it. He's kind of cool. It's clearly designed by old people that want to convince you they're not just old decrepit fools. They want to convince you they're still hip. It's by big old people. The Japanese government is trying to infect the minds of people. They want to just this is all a public display. They announce their intentions. They've announced the movie. They've announced the video game for the movie before the movie even comes out and all this stuff. They want to know that they can control your minds. It's not a question of will the movie be successful. It'll be successful even if it's not, because they will tell you it is, and they will just and you'll just gobble it up no matter what. You just accept it. They want to just rub it in your faces that they can control you. They know, because this isn't some cult classic people have been clamoring for an anime adaptation for years. This is a long forgotten manga by the creator of the guy that made that dumb gag manga, Dr. Slump, who's not even a real doctor, by the way. That's more propaganda by Big Pharma, the fake doctor industry. I'm not even going to go into it. It's not like this is something like Yotsuba or Vagabond or Junji Ito's Cat Diary, like these really popular mangas that, I mean, some people might not even want animes for them, but these really popular mangas that if they did get an anime adaptation, people would get hyped for, and you could know they would probably be successful. No, this is fucking Sandland? What? But they know it's going to be successful, because even if it's not, it'll be successful. They're toying with you. They're fucking you in the assholes and saying you're just gonna, we decide what's successful and what's not. It's like WWE during with the Thunderdome. They control the cheers. You don't think they still control the cheers? You don't think they've still got the mics they had set up in the Thunderdome to they decide if people are actually getting over, if they're not. It's all controlled, just like Sandland is controlled. You people are too stupid. You look at me and you think, ha ha ha, he's going on a funny, silly old rant, silly old Darcy at his old tricks again, and you don't even see the truth right in front of your eyes. Why is there a video game already announced? Why is there a video game even in development for an anime movie that hasn't even come out? For a manga that's 20 years old that no one gave a fuck about for 20 years, and they're already selling out! Merch, the pre-order for the figurines are selling out! They're sold out! Whoa, you don't even see the facts of the... But as far as the manga goes, it's actually really good. I mean, it's not really good, it's just good. It's a solid, 7 out of 10. It's enjoyable. And I'm actually quite looking forward to the anime adaptation. Except I'm not, because I don't really watch anime, and especially don't watch any with CG shit poured through it. It's just gonna be... For a rating, I'd give it a 7.0 out of 10. And I guess that pretty much sums things up. So, thanks for watching. And as always, you know what they say. Do you know what they say? Because I don't. So if you do know, could you tell me, please?
It's just another Tuesday. Tuesday.